Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Night Live. Oh my gosh, I got a notification. Oh no, I didn't. Tonight we're going to make this little pop-up card that folds. Can it fold? Will it fold? Folds into. This is my template. I haven't had a proper chance to complete one, so we're going to make a proper one today. So those of you who don't know me, who have just stumbled upon me, my name is Kelley Farley. I'm an independent Stampin' demonstrator in Karaka, Auckland, New Zealand, and I do a Facebook Live on a Wednesday and Sunday night. Last couple of weeks have been, or the last week has been a little bit messed up because it has been my daughter's 16th birthday and she's had a bit of a birthday week. So we went to see, turn that off, went to see the show Hamilton last night, which was incredible. So if you are anywhere close to Auckland and that's something that you're interested, if you like shows, I highly recommend it. That's just really, I'm not happy with it, but anyway, we'll see what we can do about it. If you are there, please do say hi so that I'm not just talking to myself. Alright, let's get started. You're going to need a piece of cardstock. This piece here that I've got is one of our new bubble bath colours. I don't know how well that's going to work. So it feels like it's really dark. I wonder if that is better. Hi, Andrea. So I'm not sure that you're getting the true pink of this, but it is really super pretty. It's kind of like, what does it remind me of? Like a lolly kind of thing. And now I just have to pull this out of the way because my the base of my phone stand is not playing ball with me. Right, so we need a piece that is 8 inches, and we're just going to use that for something else later, by 8 inches. Now our cardstock is 11 3/4 by 8 1/4. So we're just going to trim that little tiny bit off the end there. I feel like my blade is going to need... Alright, so we don't need the cutting blade again at the moment. So we're going to cut this in 2/4. So if it's 8, that means we're just going to do... I don't need to see anymore. Put that away. 4. Nice and straight along the edge there. If you run with the scoring blade, and then we're just going to rotate it 90 degrees or so that it's on, you're going to make a cross. So we want to have 4 equal quadrants of our card. So we're going to, I've got the emojis up on my screen, that's annoying. So you've got 4 like that. Alright, so you're going to, just to make it easy for yourself, you're just going to fold those. So what we're going to do then is we need to, so this is going to be, I'm just to make it easy, I'm going to write on here inside, and then I'm going to flip it over, and on the back of the left hand side, which then becomes the right, this is going to be the front. Okay, so we're going to flip it back to the middle. Just make sure that when you burnish or your score marks that they're actually even. Okay, yeah, my blade does need a replacement. Okay, so we're going to pop it in here, and what we're going to do with the inside piece on the right hand side where you've written it inside, you're going to cover that with cardstock, so don't worry too much about, I mean, don't use felt or marker, but it's actually not going to matter too much. So we're going to use our scoring blade. We're going to come up to the center of our score. Yeah, my glasses. The scoring, the center. So you could get your marks here, roughly, in the center. All right. Make sure that your two pieces are folded and you're getting it right into the center there, so you're just scoring that bit there. Alright, now that hasn't made a really intense score line, but that's fine. Then what we're going to do is we're going to move the scoring blade out of the way. You can do this part with scissors if you prefer. I'm going to take my card and I'm going to line it up with maybe I'll make it a bit wider. We just want to line it up with what's that, 5, 6, in between the 7 and the 8 centimeters on this side, and then the same here. So we're going to go 6, 7, 8, because that gives you essentially a straight line. So it's not actually going to be like the measurement itself isn't, as long as it's equal at both sides, so then you get a nice straight cut. Alright, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to bring my blade in so it sits approximately where the vertical score mark is, and we're just going to pull that blade, so then it gives us, it's actually creating a little tab for us here. So there's our score line right on the center, and then we just, because we don't need this bit here, so if we put that in back in at 4, we can then, oh, see, this is why I don't do that, and I did it wrong. Pop that back in at 4 and come down, whichever way you do it. Alright, and then we're just going to pop that out, can use for decoration later, and then just with the scissors we're just going to taper off this flap a little bit more there, and then here as well, so it just hopefully will sit better when we, again, not massive, you're just going to take off a little tiny bit, okay, and then we're going to get rid of that. So you will end up with this score, this little flap here, which I'm just going to tease into, and then I'm going to turn it over. And so this is the inside of the card, so this is the top, and if you maybe want to put top here and then say inside. Alright, so this needs to be on the right hand side, the other two pieces are on the left hand side. Now I was going to do some matting, but I think I might just pop some vellum in the front inside piece. Sorry, the front piece here. Actually, how big is that bit? Oh, you can't see it. If I pop that there in the center, then I could, because we want a little bit that's going to pop out. So I'm going to pop that onto the front. I will trim that later, but I'll wait till I've done my little cut out. Okay, so if we get that centered there, might just put a little bit of where's my washi tape gone? There it is. Just put a little bit of washi tape where I want that line up. Oh, you're welcome, Karen. I'm glad they arrived. I'm not sure if Sue is watching, but I feel like I sent yours, Sue, but then I haven't heard from you, so maybe I haven't. Could you, I went to have a look at what you selected. Could you just message me again what your choice was, because for some reason in my messages it's disappeared. Okay, and Andrew, yours is still sitting here waiting to go with your paper share. Okay, so we're going to pop that in there like that, and we're going to cut that center piece out. All right, so I've made it quite easy for myself. I've used this pre-printed vellum, which was from the mini catalog. You don't need to do that. You can just put a piece of design series paper, or you can stamp around the front and just decorate it that way. So I'm just going to go and, oh, thank you. I probably have then, Andrea. I just haven't reopened your package. Right, I'm just going to run this through. The nice thing with vellum is that it's nice and thin, and because I haven't so I've just popped that on there. Let me get the washi off. So because I've got that now fairly centered, I can then just bring this in. And I need, oh, it's not very well centered. That's because the design's not centered. Yes, I think it might be, Andrea. I just haven't pulled your pack apart to have a look. So it likely is, which is good. All right, so this piece here is 5 and this is 4. So I want about, let's start with 1/2 inch. So if you were cutting a mat, your squares are 4 inches. So you want to have a matting of about a little bit more off each, so another 1/4 inch. So you want to probably have about 3/4 by 3/4. Hang on, what am I doing? Hopefully I haven't messed the measurements of this up. Okay, so then now I have messed it up because it wasn't straight. I need to come down here a bit more, because I didn't line it up center. Ah, no worries, Lisa. I was very close, but then I thought, oh my gosh, I haven't been on live for a few days, so I will. I was driving home from dropping Piper off at dance, and frighteningly my eyes were very heavy, and I was not feeling so good about driving home. So I've had something to eat now, and I've got a coffee that I'm going to scull before I go and pack her up again. But hopefully I just need to leave sort of about 5 to 8 to go and get her, so hopefully the early start wasn't too much of an issue for people and interrupting their evening. Alright, because I'm using vellum, I don't want it to show through, so I'm putting glue dots, and that's one of the nice things with this printed vellum, which unfortunately I don't think is available anymore, sorry. But there are different printed vellum that is available. So we're just going to pop that in here, and you could then line up the stitching. I'm just going to pop that in place like that. Yes, has been a long day. Alright, so inside, so when we go inside you'll see that. Now I'm having second thoughts about my colour choice, but anyway, that's alright. It's just a template card. Alright, so because I didn't glue this down, I've actually got a piece of vellum and a piece of card that I could use. Alright, so this is going to be the inside. What am I going to use? I might piece of this. Now I'm still going to have to rub that off. Where's my rubber? So what did we say? What is it? 3.5, 3 3/4. So we go here and go 3 3/4. And I'm going to pop that there so that you're actually going to, is that the one you're going to see? No, you're going to see down there. So again, some vellum. And just pop the glue dots on the corners of the vellum. I'm thinking about doing this for my stamp club, so this is kind of a good practice to see how quick and easy the card is, because I keep seeing it on Pinterest and thinking, oh no, that's a bit much, I'm not going to do that. And then I watched this lady and she was getting herself flummoxed, which was getting me flummoxed. Oh, and now my family is sending messages. Sorry about that. Maybe that one. So I need to go there, so that gives me 1 1/4, but it's too long. Okay, so if I go 5/8. Don't throw these away either. 5/8. These little strips you can use for bits and pieces. Oh, no, there's not really any spots on there, but that's okay. So I'm going to pop that. Where are the spots? Okay. How's everyone's week been? Hope it's been a good week. It's been a bit hectic. Here we've had 3 birthday celebrations so far. Family on Saturday for lunch, or late lunch, because Piper works till 12. Friends on Sunday, and some stayed over. And then her actual birthday was Tuesday, so we had booked these tickets and gave her a surprise trip to Hamilton. So that was like a 3-hour show, so dinner and stuff beforehand. Alright, so what we're going to do is that's going to go there, that's going to go there, and we're going to close it up. Now, the one thing that I did notice is that it doesn't always sit right. So fold it all up. I have to put some stuff on there because that looks naff. Fold it all up, burnish your score lines, get them all nice and flat, so that will help a bit more. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, well, she did it this way. Oh, she's, yes, you did very well, Lisa. You did very well. It's hard. It's a hard thing to be leading discussion on because, like was mentioned, people don't necessarily want to share their thinking. So, so what we're going to do is, just so that it's a bit easier to, oh, that's what I was going to say. She is teaching dance classes, so she's got three hours on a Saturday morning that she's teaching classes, which is great. It gives her a little bit of pocket money, and hopefully the desire to earn a little bit more money and get another part-time job. Alright, so we're going to open that up, and then now the sticky side is flat. okay, and then we're going to fold this flap up so that you can, if you flip it over, yeah, you can't really see anything because I used that DSP there. I should have put this one. I wonder if I can get it. Oh, nope. Okay, leave it, Kelley. We'll just put some Stampin on there. So we're going to have that flat like that, and what we need to do is make sure that that piece stays flat, and we're going to fold this piece over. So both flaps right over, and then you're going to line them up. You want to make sure that everything's in there straight and it lines up as straight as possible there. Okay, so I might need to do some decorating on the bottom. So that is your card. So we would have, I'm not going to do it now, but before I post it up again. And that's annoying me. Where's that little tiny bit? Isn't that bit? It is that bit. So I'm going to actually, I think I'm going to stick that down because it looks funny. So let's do some rolled up glue dots. 1, 2, 3. And so this weekend we have a dance competition and a sleepover for our dance friends. So that'll be excuse me, birthday number 4. I said to her, lucky you're only 16 once. I don't know why, but that's not actually the case because she's got such vastly different friend groups. And we did a birthday a couple of years ago with all the friend groups together, and it was super awkward because they're so different. So we've got roller skating this week with the dance friends and a sleepover this weekend. So lucky it's a long weekend. Alright, so look at that. I mean, you can tell, but you can't tell. Alright, and then so when you open it, you're going to open it and it will slide down. Andrea, it's been a bit of a day. I did see that you sent me a message with a link, which I'm assuming is a card that you're keen on. So that is just, that annoys me. I don't know how to fix it though. You could put a bit of tape there if it's going to annoy you the same as it's going to annoy me. I might also so what the purpose of cutting out the hole is that you can have something that's decorating there. So if I was to cut out some, let's not do that. I got a really quick punch dragonfly. So if I was to, oh, it's going to be too big. If I was to punch out, oh, let's use the little ones in these funky multicoloured vellum. One, there. But whilst we have horrendously busy weekend with dance and sleepover, I'm hoping to get a bit of crafting in. So I will have a look at that, and we may do it on Sunday. So what we can do is we can pop our dragonflies in here. This one's using a fair number of glue dots, but that's okay. I don't use them very often. there. Now I did punch 4, but let's just do 3, because 3 is always good. It would, Karen. A ballerina hippo would look amazing. It probably would look better without vellum as well, but that's okay. So you've got to open like that. You can pop your little sentiment on. I might put mine at the top there to hide that join, and then when you open it, it's actually on the bottom. So my dragonflies now look like they're upside down, so you'd have to kind of think about that. Or you could pop some, we could pop one up there. She used a daisy, so a flower, which doesn't matter which direction it goes in, could be quite good as well. But you could have them going around in a circle. I could have them going around in a circle, so then it doesn't matter. And so when you close it up, you've got your decoration in the middle there. And then you just have to be a bit gentle or a bit rough, whichever, to get that to sit down. You might want to decorate the back. So that little space there is from when I cut the die out. There was obviously a lot of pressure. You could cut out a hole there as well, so you could put 2 holes. Or you can use that as your space for writing a message. Just arrived. I haven't cut it, Andrea. That is my plan this weekend, to cut it all up and get it sent out to you guys on Tuesday, because Monday is a holiday. But have it ready to go by Monday so that I can send it out to you guys. So it's just arrived. It took ages at this time, with being the beginning of the catalogue. All right. Thank you, ladies, for joining. I hope you have a go. It does kind of annoy me that it's not perfectly aligned here. So I think it's about watching your score lines and making sure that they are really straight. And then when you're putting it together, just make sure that when you're lining your 2 pieces up, or your folds up, that, see, I could probably manipulate that a little bit so that you can get your pieces lined up properly. Alright, mine looks a bit wonky now, but it might just be, before you start decorating it, getting all of those pieces lined up and burnished before you start decorating it. Sorry about the rushed one tonight and the early notification, anything confusing. So just to recap, all you need for that is a piece of square card. So I've used 8 by 8. I've used 8 by 8 because it actually will fit, obviously not as long, but it'll fit in a standard C6 envelope, so you don't have to make any extra envelope, and you don't have to pay extra postage for a larger envelope. All right, well, thank you very much, ladies, for sticking with me and playing along. We will do the draw of both these cards on Sunday night, seeing as we're quite a way behind. So instead of messing up our rhythm of time, we will leave it as being Sunday before we do the draw. So gives you a little bit more time if you wanted to have a bash with the other one, using up scraps. Your vellum, like this vellum, would have been really good for that. And I will see you on Sunday night. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.